So the Penguins' disappointing season continues. Here's Frankie Corrado, the first of 3 exciting appearances on the show by Frankie. We're pumped about that. Pens, one of your former teams, on the outside looking in, buddy. And Money Puck, the guys at Money Puck giving them a 38% chance of reaching the postseason.
It's not good.
Have we officially reached the point where Kyle Dubas has to start looking toward the future instead of right now?
I don't know if you have to do it right now because Kyle Dubas signed a 7-year contract in Pittsburgh, and he went out, 6 months ago and got Erik Karlsson to try and make this team good right now for this year. So I don't think you have to do something at this trade deadline and say, okay, we're announcing to the league, we're done and we're moving on and we're going to try and build for the future. They have some draft picks. Ultimately, that's not going to make or break where this organization goes. But I just don't know how, Jay, you can go from 6 months ago making a massive blockbuster trade, getting one of the biggest names available, to 6 months later saying, actually, we're going to try and move on from a lot of these players. And the other thing, it's like, okay, you're going to move on from guys. Who are you moving on from that changes the landscape of your organization overnight? Like, we've talked about Crosby a lot. Like, I feel like we talk about Crosby more here than they do in Pittsburgh, because in Pittsburgh, it's just implied that it's a Penguin for life and it's never going to change. Yeah. So now you go down the list, like, I don't know, there's not a lot of names there that would signify, okay, you're bringing in big-time A-list prospects and a lot of picks. It's just they're in this spot right now. And Dubas has this year +6 to tear it down and rebuild it.
Let's talk about, and we just showed you these wildcard standings. Deb, if you wouldn't mind, can we see those again? Because
thanks, Deb.
Thank you very much, Deb Chow. She is wonderful, longtime TSN star employee. Both the Pens and Islanders lose Sunday. Which of the teams on the outside outside looking in, do you see actually making it or having a potential to make it?
Jersey, if they have goaltending, they're a much better team than what they've shown this year. The Islanders, although their game against the Rangers outside was pretty indicative of what their season has been like, where they blow leads and they're supposed to be a good defensive team, but they're not even really good at that, and they rely a lot on their goaltending. If they can figure it out, they have a shot to make the playoffs, more than a shot to make the playoffs, and they have a shot to be one of those teams that you almost don't want to play. But for me, it's like Jersey has the upside. Jersey has that star power kind of game-breaking personnel. If they can find some goaltending, and if that's probably going to have to come from elsewhere, then they're probably the team on the outside looking in that can make some noise, and you don't want to play.
Frankie, at some point, do you mind just walking over here to this side of the set? Because later in the show, I have so much more I want to get to, including asking you about Austin Matthews' potential Hart candidacy. What do you think about that?
Do I go like mid-show or?
Yeah, you don't have to go right this second,
but
very soon.
Okay.